Liftoff of Shuttle Endeavour with NASA's final space station crew compartment that brings a big...
So it's finally here in Malaysia after more than 2 painful years of waiting. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you fractional shares trading. Gone are the days where you had to pay a minimum of thousands and thousands of ringgits to trade stocks. Those days are over. You can now buy smaller units of a company stock from as low as 1 ringgit. That is correct. And thanks to Rakuten Trade, which is blessed by the Securities Commission of Malaysia and also Bank Negara Malaysia, they are now enabling this feature for more Malaysians to start investing and trading. And the best of all, they have just revised their brokerage fees. So stay tuned until the end of this video because I'm going to share some pro tips for you to maximize your cost savings with them moving forward. And as usual, I will be transparent with you upfront. This video is not sponsored or directed by Rakuten Trade. However, I do have an affiliate link down below which will give me a tiny kickback if you choose to open an account with it. Thank you very much for that. So for those of you that are totally new to the stock market, here's a very simple and dirty way of explaining what fractional shares trading is and why this is a huge game changer to the Malaysian investment landscape. Let's take Apple, the company that makes the iPhone and iPad, as an example. In order to invest in their company, traditionally, you need to buy at least 1 unit of share at the minimum. And in this case, Apple is trading at $168.41 as of the recording of this video. So if you buy 1 share of this, translate it to Malaysian ringgit times 4.46, that's about 751 ringgit for 1 single trade. Some of you might think that, oh, that is a small amount, but to many Malaysians, especially the younger generations that are either still studying or just started work, that could easily be like a quarter of a fresh grad's monthly salary already. So now with fractional shares trading, you don't need to buy 1 stock as a minimum already. You can buy it as little as you want, be it 0.5 shares or 0.3 shares or 0.1 shares, down to a minimum of 0.01 share. So let's just say you buy 0.1 shares of Apple. That 0.1 times 751 ringgit will only be 75 ringgit and 10 cents. And if you really want to go to the extreme and only buy say 0.01 shares of Apple, you can also do that with just 7 ringgit and 51 cents. Now that is very underrated. Basically, everyone can afford to start investing right now. So here's how you can do it. I won't bore you by repeating the entire account setup, funding and also buying process because I already have a few dedicated videos for that. But essentially, very simple. Once you open your Rakuten Trade account using my link or whatever, and then you apply for the US stock trading, you'll be able to access this feature fairly easily via their iSpeed mobile app or through their desktop portal. I'll just show you via their mobile app since I believe most of you already have installed it. And when you look into any of the US stocks or ETFs, you can scroll to the rightmost tab and go into the buy order tab. And over here, there's a few things you need to take note of. Firstly, currency. You can choose to buy this stock with either Ringgit Malaysia or US dollar cash in your Rakuten Trade account, which again, I have my previous videos showing you what they are and how to convert your currencies. The reason why this is important is because with their new brokerage fee structure, you will actually be paying a different amount depending on how much you buy and through which currency you choose to pay from. I know this can be a little confusing, but this is just a quick cheat sheet that I made for you which will clear your doubt very quickly. On the first 2 columns is the trading value in both Ringgit and US dollar, and on the next part of the table in the middle is how much fee you have to pay if you choose either Ringgit or US dollar settlement. Basically, just remember this: anything below 700 Ringgit worth of trades, for example like half shares of Apple stock which cost like 376 Ringgit, use MYR or Ringgit Malaysia to trade. But if you have more cash or you want to trade anything more than 700 Ringgit per trade, then I will highly recommend you to use US dollar to settle your trade because you will save about 60 cents. Not a huge amount, but it does add up over time. And the next thing you need to be aware of is the price US dollar. And since Apple is a US stock, you need to input in terms of its share price you would like to pay for the stock because this is a limit order type, or you can also use market order type. So if Apple is trading at $168.44, you can type here like 168.44 or even lesser like 168. Just don't put anything more than the current market price because why would you want to pay more than the market price, right? And thirdly, quantity, which is the amount of stock you want to trade. Like I've mentioned earlier, if you only want to buy a tiny amount of Apple stock, say at 0.1 shares, type in 0.1 or 0.5, up to you. There's no shame to that because we all start from zero with investing. It's better to start investing earlier than wait until you are rich. I know it can be scary, but rest assured, you are not the first to feel that. I felt the jitter too when I was just starting few years ago, and after a while it's just another day in the office. So yeah, that's pretty much it, short and sweet. I'm super excited for all Malaysians because we are truly at the cusp of making investing more affordable and also more accessible to the general public. And I must say, full credit to the Rakuten Trade team for paving the way for other brokers. I can only imagine how hard it was for them to convince our regulators to allow for fractional shares trading after so long. And this is not the end yet. We are still in the early days because the fees can obviously be still lowered. And one thing you can be sure is many other brokers will soon come with fractional shares trading as well in Malaysia. And when there's more options, then we as the consumers will be able to benefit from the lower brokerage fees and whatnot. Let me know what you think. Are you excited about this feature? Or if you are new to investing, will this actually encourage you to start investing? Please let me know in the comment section down below. Alright, thanks for watching. But just before you go, I will highly recommend you to check out this video to get yourself up to speed with stock investing. See you over there.